Can you explain the current recruitment process, how it works?
Well, we rely heavily on our scouts in England and also in Europe, because we have scouts in Europe also. And of course the manager plays a crucial role in that as well. So in this case now, well, it's Jose Riga playing a role also in being involved in selection. Before it was the other head coaches which were involved in the selection. And so it's a teamwork really to identify players, and then of course it's you have to discuss with them and negotiate. That's mainly the role of Katrine, who is doing that. It's not so easy as one might think, because of course the players, they have other opportunities, and it's not like you go in a shop and you buy a player. This is more complicated, and but it's a work which is very, very important, and which we have to improve all the time. And we have made mistakes in that respect this year. It's clear, and therefore we need to make the measure to do better in the future, and we have to put in place some things also which we did not do well in the past. We have to correct them. So it means that we have to become better, especially in England, and that we have to strengthen the scouting in terms of personnel and also in terms of systems before the next transfer window.
Why have there been so many changes in head coaches over the last 2 years?
By changing the head coaches so often, that creates instability, and that's not good, obviously. But I can assure you that there was always a very good reason why we did it, and that's unavoidable at a given point in time. So, but it has not been our intention to do that at all. It's just a matter of, well, if you have to do it, you have to do it, and that occurred in too many times, and sure, that will have its consequences for the future also, that we want to have more stability in that respect, and in this case, this stability will be Jose Riga. If you think about the skill set a head coach needs today, it's incredible, because he needs, of course, to be a very good coach in the sense of being a coach to the players. He needs to be a very well aware of how one plays football these days, and then he needs to be aware also of the dynamics in between the players, the psychology of the players. He needs to be like a dad or a brother or whatever with the players. He needs to manage a team of people, because today a head coach is the boss of a small organization of many people. So you need good managerial skills, how you manage the other people in your team, how do you distribute the work, and so forth. Moreover, today the problem is that the press is become very important in football, and so in fact you need also to have the skills to in the dialogue with the press, and how the expectations you create, and so forth. The dialogue with the fans, which is becoming more and more important. And also in view of the strategy of Charlton, which is to give chances to academy players, we need also coaches which are willing to give chances to young players, and that's extremely difficult to find. And in the past we have done our very best to find profiles which would fit the largest number of requirements. For example, in the case of Bob Peters, he was a typical coach who would like to work with younger players, and he had experience in the championship himself as a player. He was a major player here. With in the situation with Guy Luzon, he came from Standard, had a very good track record with Standard, had also a very good track record with young players. He was the coach of the under 23 national team of Israel before. So he had also these kind of skill sets to work with young players, and that was also, in that sense, the reason why we selected him. And well, Karel also was head of the academy of the champion of last season in Belgium, Ghent, and he had also an experience as a head coach, and he had also some skills in that aspect, which we thought were quite valuable. So, and then now we decided to appoint Jose back again, because he was very successful last time here, and he has more experience also with Blackpool last season as well here in England, and in France he had some experience this year. So, and I think that in hindsight we have to say, okay, maybe it was wrong to choose to have another coach at that point in time. That's true, it's maybe true. But now, in any case, we say Jose will be the man to help us, and so that's the way we have to go forward now.
Youth and our academy is something you seem to have a lot of faith in. Why is that?
Well, it's a lot of faith, and also a lot of belief that it is important for the club, and for even also for what is around the club. Because you drain the youth of the community to the academy, basically, and that should be an example for many other young boys in the region, and in the future also more young girls we have already. And I'm very proud to have a women's football team also in Charlton associated with us. But I think it's important for the youth to be able to identify itself with this kind of activity, and therefore the academy plays a crucial role in the development of the club for our future. And if you can combine it also with the role that they come into the first team at a given point in time and stay there for a few years before they go elsewhere, but not everybody of course will succeed. I think that's the real way to run this club, and therefore we invest so much in the academy, because we believe it's really the future of the club, and we have all the potential here in the region to be the most attractive academy for young players.
What would you say to those fans who believe we are losing some of our better players to the Premier League?
Well, we have our academy obviously for our own team, and we try to give the opportunity to these players to play here, which is fantastic if you see the crowd, and that's our aim. Now, if some of them generate interest from the Premier League, okay, that shows in fact that we are doing our work well, but that should not be the aim. The aim is really that they should play here as long as they possibly can.